Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into some fascinating stuff today.
Absolutely. Always ready for a good deep dive.
Well, today we're looking at the world of blogs in 2025.
Okay.
And I bet a lot of you out there are thinking, blogs, that's so old school. But trust me, we've got this stack of sources here that show just how relevant and huge they still are. Get this, 600 million active blogs.
Wow.
It's a third of all websites.
It's mind-boggling.
It is. It really is. And you know what struck me when I first started going through all this material?
What's that?
The sheer variety. We remember when blogs were basically online diaries. You know, like, Dear Diary, today I ate a sandwich.
Yeah.
But now they cover every imaginable topic. And they've become this massive force shaping everything from, you know, what we eat to how we see the world.
Absolutely.
So what were your first impressions when you were looking at this stuff and anything that jumped out at you?
Yeah, I think what's really fascinating is how blogs have tapped into some really fundamental hearing needs. You know, the sources highlight 3 core motivations for blogging: to inspire, to educate, and to connect.
Yeah.
It's almost like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but for the digital age.
That's a great point. And it makes you think about how blogging can be a really powerful tool for personal growth. I mean, not just in terms of, you know, expressing yourself,
Right.
but also like honing skills, building a platform, maybe even generating some income.
Absolutely.
There's a whole entrepreneurial aspect to it that's super interesting, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that really struck me too. But you know what really separates a hobby blog from a truly successful one?
What's that?
The sources are very clear on this. Passion.
Okay.
Passion is the key ingredient. Readers can smell a phony a mile away, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So authenticity, it's absolutely crucial.
So it's not just about churning out content.
Right.
It's about having something genuine to say.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this list here of the top 20 most popular blog type. We don't need to go through the whole list, but I'm curious, were there any that really stood out to you as particularly relevant or interesting?
Yeah, there were a couple personal blogs and business blogs.
Okay.
I think those two seem particularly relevant to a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Because they both offer such incredible potential. Whether you're looking to, you know, share your life experiences, build a brand, establish yourself as an expert.
All right, let's start with personal blogs then.
Okay.
I've always been really drawn to the power of storytelling.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's at the heart of what makes these blogs so compelling. You know? The source mentions Live by Danielle as an example. Did you get a chance to look at that one?
I did.
What resonated with you about her approach?
Well, what really stands out to me is her ability to weave personal experiences into her writing.
Okay.
Whether she's talking about travel, food, or sustainable living. Yeah. It creates this sense of intimacy and connection with the reader. It's like you're having a conversation with a friend.
Yeah, and that vulnerability, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes it feel so real.
Exactly.
It's not about presenting this, you know, perfectly curated image. It's about being honest and letting people see your authentic self.
Right.
Do you think that's something that anyone can do, or does it require a certain personality type?
That's a good question. I think anyone can tap into that vulnerability, but it definitely takes courage.
Yeah.
It's about pushing past that fear of judgment and being willing to share your story, even the messy parts.
Okay, so vulnerability is key,
Yeah.
but it also has to be balanced with a sense of purpose.
Right.
You're not just spilling your guts for no reason.
Right.
There's a message you're trying to convey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that message can evolve over time too.
Yeah.
What starts as a personal outlet, you know, can transform into a platform for advocating for a cause, sharing knowledge, or even building a business.
No, that's interesting. It sounds like personal blogs can be a stepping stone to something much bigger.
They definitely can.
We'll have to explore that further.
Yeah.
But before we do, let's switch gears and talk about business blogs.
Okay.
These seem to be, you know, less about personal narrative and more about establishing credibility and expertise. Did you get that sense from the material?
Absolutely. While personal blogs really thrive on that authenticity and connection, business blogs, they're all about showcasing your expertise and building trust with your audience.
Yeah.
They often, you know, dive deep into specific industries, offering insights, analysis, even practical advice, leading conflict. That was one of the examples in the materials.
Right.
That's a great illustration of this.
Yeah, they're tackling a pretty complex topic there.
Yeah.
You know, navigating workplace disagreements. But they do it in a way that feels really accessible and insightful.
Right.
I can see how a blog like that could be incredibly valuable for anyone, in a leadership role.
Oh, yeah.
Or even just trying to improve their communication skills.
Absolutely. It's like having a virtual mentor in your pocket.
Yeah.
Someone who's been there and done that. And, by consistently delivering that high quality content, they've really established themselves as thought leaders in their field.
Okay, so consistency is key, but it's not just about churning out content, right?
Right.
It's about quality and providing real value to your readers.
Exactly.
How do successful business blogs strike that balance between being informative and engaging? I mean, no one wants to read a dry academic paper, right?
Definitely not. One effective strategy is to vary the format.
Okay.
Instead of just publishing long-form articles, try incorporating things like listicles, case studies, even interviews with other experts.
So it's about keeping things fresh and interesting.
Yeah.
And I imagine visuals play a big role too, right?
Absolutely.
Especially in today's, fast-paced digital world.
Images, infographics, videos, all of those can help break up the text and make the content more digestible. It's about appealing to different learning styles and keeping your audience engaged.
It makes sense why some business blogs seem to really take off while others kind of fade into obscurity.
Yeah.
It's not just about having expertise.
Oh, right.
It's about knowing how to package and present that knowledge in a way that resonates. Do you think that's something that can be learned, or are some people just naturally gifted communicators?
I think anyone can improve their communication skills with practice and intention.
Okay.
But it also requires a deep understanding of your target audience.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to reach? What are their pain points? How can your expertise help them solve their problems?
So in a sense, it's almost like marketing, right? You're marketing your knowledge and expertise to an audience that's hungry for information.
That's a great way to put it. And just like any marketing campaign, you need to define your niche, build your brand, and find creative ways to get your message in front of the right people.
Okay. I'm starting to see how business blogs can be such a powerful tool, not just for sharing knowledge, but also for building a brand, attracting clients, and even generating revenue.
Absolutely.
It's like creating this whole ecosystem around your expertise.
Precisely. And it's a testament to how blogs have evolved beyond simple online diaries.
Right.
They've become sophisticated platforms for sharing knowledge, building communities, and fostering professional growth.
Now that we've unpacked both personal and business blogs, do you think the lines between the two are blurring at all?
You know what? I think you're right. There's definitely a convergence happening.
Yeah.
Audiences crave authenticity, regardless of whether they're reading a personal blog or a business blog.
Yeah.
People want to connect with the human behind the brand, the story behind the expertise.
I'm thinking about how some business leaders are using personal anecdotes in their keynote speeches or social media posts.
Right.
It makes them seem more relatable and approachable.
Exactly. It humanizes the brand and builds trust. Because at the end of the day, people do business with people they like and trust. And a well-crafted blog, whether personal or business-oriented, can be a powerful tool for cultivating those relationships.
Well said. I think this deep dive has really shed light on the multifaceted world of blogs.
It has.
It's clearly more than just a platform for sharing recipes or travel photos.
Right.
It's a powerful tool for communication, connection, and even commerce.
It's a dynamic landscape that's constantly evolving, which makes it all the more exciting to explore.
Before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier about blogs tapping into fundamental human needs.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what ultimately drives the success of both personal and business blogs?
I think it's a major factor. Whether we're seeking inspiration, knowledge, or connection, blogs provide a space for us to fulfill those needs.
Yeah.
And most successful blogs are those that tap into those needs in an authentic and engaging way.
Yeah. It really is amazing to think about how this whole digital landscape has evolved to meet those deeper needs.
Yes.
We've explored, the sheer scale of a blogosphere, the diverse motivations behind it, and even dove into, some of the nuances of personal and business blogs.
Yeah.
What are some of the key takeaways that have really stuck with you through this whole deep dive?
What really stands out to me is the power of authenticity.
Okay.
Whether you're sharing personal experiences or professional insights, that genuine voice is what really resonates with readers and builds trust.
It seems to be the common thread through all of this.
Yeah,
right?
It really does.
Finding your voice and letting it shine through, regardless of the topic or the format.
Exactly.
And it's not just about being real,
Right.
It's also about providing value, whether it's through, inspiring stories or actionable advice or just a fresh perspective.
Absolutely. And remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
The beauty of blogging is that you can experiment, try different things, and see what works best for you and your audience.
So it's a journey of discovery.
Yeah.
Both for the blogger and the reader. I love that. Okay, so now for the question I've been dying to ask.
All right.
If you were starting a blog today, what would it be about?
Oh, that's a tough one. So many possibilities.
Right.
But I think I'd probably focus on something that combines my passion for lifelong learning with my fascination with the intersection of technology and human behavior.
Okay.
Maybe something like The Curious Mind,
I like it.
where I explore how technology is shaping the way we think, learn, and interact.
Ooh, that's a fantastic idea. I can already see the potential there.
Yeah.
And it plays to your strengths so well. It makes me think, what about you? What kind of blog would you create?
Well, you know me. I love digging into the details, connecting seemingly disparate ideas.
Yeah?
Maybe a blog that explores the hidden connections between things.
Okay.
Sort of an everything is connected kind of vibe.
I like that.
You know, one day it's the history of a certain spice. The next, it's the physics behind a rainbow.
I would absolutely subscribe to that. See, this is what's so exciting about this whole deep dive. It's not just about understanding blogs as they exist now.
Right.
It's about sparking ideas, possibilities, maybe even inspiring someone listening to start their own blogging journey.
That's the best outcome we could hope for.
It is.
Because ultimately, the blogosphere thrives on new voices, fresh perspectives, and the willingness to share what you know with the world.
So to our listener, we leave you with this. What unique perspective can you bring to this vast and vibrant landscape? What stories are waiting to be told? What knowledge are you just burning to share?
Don't be afraid to experiment, find your voice, and let your passion shine through. Who knows, you might just spark a movement, ignite a conversation, or even change someone's life.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of blogs.
It's been fun.
We can't wait to see what you create.